What's going on? We are in the fitness center. We are about 4 weeks post-show. I thought I'd come in here and film a little video basically explaining the form changes that I'm gonna make, because in this time in between basically the prep phase and my off-season phase, we have this little block, and I'm gonna use that block to revise form and kind of perfect everything, so then once food starts coming back up, we'll be able to really utilize the movements that I'm gonna be using in my off-season. So my first movement on my chest and back day is going to be a D-handle lat pull down. Big focuses on this one is, one, I'm gonna be adjusting my torso to keep more of a vertical. If you lean back a little bit, it can become really upper back movement focused, working a lot of your teres, but if I keep almost my abs crunched down a little bit tighter, I can really focus on those lats, and that's what I need. I need a lot of lats from the front, so it's basically looking at my physique, revising pictures from my show, videos from my show, seeing, okay, where do we need to work on, and applying it in the gym. So that's what we're gonna do. So keeping my core tight, and then driving my elbows down. I keep my elbows facing forward, and when I drive down, I still want them to face forward. I'm gonna drive with my elbows towards my hips and still keep my core closed, because I can lean back with it like this, and that becomes a lot of upper back focused and teres focused. Where if I keep down, it's tight, focus on the lat, and that's what I need. I need a lot of lower lat. I need the lat from the front. So this is my second movement. This is gonna be my my main movement, my compound movement. I'll basically use that D-handle lat pull down to kind of prime my lats, get them ready. And then once I come here, this is where I'm gonna be moving a lot of my weight. And basically, it's a movement that's gonna be recruiting a lot more muscles than just my lats. So big focuses on this one is, when I come down, I can either go horizontal. When I do horizontal, this is gonna be a lot of upper back movement. But what I really need is that lat development. So what I'm gonna do is gonna hold the vertical. What that vertical is gonna do is gonna set my hand position in order to pull my lat out. So when I come down, you can kind of see it pulls out. When I pull, I'm gonna keep my shoulders down. I'm gonna drive my elbow back towards my hip, and that lat's gonna come in. I don't have to come all the way back here. I just gotta come to where it fully contracts, and we're good there. So yeah, so I'll let it pull me all the way out. I'm gonna keep my hands in that position. And when I pull, I'm gonna drive my elbows back and keep my shoulders down and almost drive my chest through. Trying to drive my chest through the pad. And then at the same time, keeping my head down, not letting my chest come off the pad too much. Making sure I'm letting it stretch all the way out as I go down, keeping those shoulders down and back. It's always good to wipe down your equipment. Keep things clean, keep germs. Especially in the gym, away from everything, especially this season. It's getting nice and cold, and you don't want to get sick. So yeah. So my next move is going to be a dumbbell row. This is also lat focused, kind of really pull those out. Big focuses on this one is, once again, really letting that lat come all the way down and out, and then when I come back up, keeping that shoulder down and back and driving the elbow towards my hip and pulling it right here and just getting that contraction on the lat. This one I've struggled with, especially on my left side. So that's gonna be a main focus in the next couple of weeks, is really getting that feeling for it and getting that mind and muscle connection. And then once I do, you can just start ripping it. So I'll get set up. Almost want my chest close to a 90 to the floor. I'm gonna keep my hand neutral. And when I pull, I'm gonna drive my elbow towards my hip. Try not to let my head come up, and try not to move my chest too much. And just try to let that lat extend all the way out and contract. Like I said, goal is not to move weight right now. Just get that feeling, kind of get some blood pumping. Yeah, it's definitely a side. I have a hard time feeling, but once you do get that feeling, it's all about just where you have the hand placement, where you drive that elbow. Once you get that feeling, you really want to hold on to that. And once you hold on to that, eventually it'll become second nature. Braxton's got all the plates. Literally.
I got you.
Oh, thanks, man. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. All right, this is probably one of my favorite chest movements. It's a high incline Smith press. This one I definitely have been adjusting a little bit. I'm getting a different feel for it. The way I'm built, my chest is very up high. My insertion is very high. So there's a lot of guys, especially if you arch back, it's gonna take a lot of my upper chest out of it, which I don't have a lot up here, and where I have most of my chest is down here. So we're gonna try something out. I'm gonna, once again, just like on my back movements, keep my core a little bit tighter, keep that torso more vertical instead of arching. We'll see how it goes, but I get a better contraction with it. Come down, really scoot my butt back into the pad, and then instead of arching way up like this, I'm also gonna kind of keep it more horizontal, keep my chin more facing forward. When I come up, keep that there, still kind of keeping my chest protruding, not letting my my front delts take over, and still get that chest pull all the way back, and then extend it all the way up, still pushing that chest out. It's very important once you start throwing on a little bit more weight to still kind of keep that form there. It gets hard, definitely. Once you start throwing on weight, you want to adjust things, and sometimes you don't realize it. So keeping that main focus, and like I said, in this block in between my prep and my off season, this is the time to focus on it, because once weight does going up, it's hard to really hold that form. So get it in now, and then once the off season comes, it'll be really solidified. But yeah, try it. Big focus, especially on this movement, is a lot of people from that top movement like to just drop right away. It's definitely, you're doing yourself a favor if from that top movement you're coming up and you keep that negative, driving it all the way back and then dropping. What that's gonna do, give you a little bit more of that stretch, a little bit more of that contraction, and ultimately that's what we're trying to do in here. Get that contraction, get that tension. That's what's gonna grow the muscle. If you're just dropping stuff, you're gonna set yourself up more for injury, and then you're just leaving stuff on the table. So gotta make sure
I've never seen
make sure you're re-racking your weights. You know, you gotta keep that testosterone high. Feels so good to get back in here and just get some blood moving, get a little pump going. I only took one whole week off, but next thing is gonna be dumbbell flat press. Definitely not one of my favorite movements right now, but that means room for improvement. I have a little bit of a hard time getting set up into it, but once I do, it'll be all good. Big focus is on the come down of the movement. I'm gonna really focus on that stretch, and then also as I extend out, I'm gonna really keep my chest protruded. It's coming all the way down, stretch, coming out, and really trying to squeeze. Once the weight starts to get back up there, important to keep that form tight, keep it good, keep you away from injury, ultimately getting the best contraction out of the muscle. So this is another one of my chest movements that I've been kind of changing up a little bit, feeling different stuff. So I pop my seat up a little bit higher, just trying different heights. We'll sit into it, same thing, scooting the butt all the way back into the seat. It's gonna set your torso up in the best position. Another focus for me, keeping that torso horizontal, keeping that chin looking forward instead of really arching. As I come across, big focus is to still keep that chest out. I'm almost trying to squeeze that bicep into my chest. So as I come across, full contraction. Almost pushing that arm right into the chest and across. And this one's annoying. TWD40. Usually how I hit my main movements is I'll go a little bit heavier. Typically rep ranges are gonna be that 10 to 12. And on that second top set, basically lowering the weight a little bit and getting a little bit more reps, so it might be that 12 to 15 range. My volume is kind of in that middle to high range right now. I'm just kind of feeling different things out. I've trained low volume for a while, high intensity. We're just moving that volume up a little bit and still trying to move a bit of weight. 4 weeks post show, or Monday, just starting 4 weeks post show. Feels good to get some blood moving. So like I was saying on my workouts, kind of big focus is getting the lats out from the front. I have a really hard time just kind of getting this here. And what that's gonna take is just putting more muscle on top of muscle right there. But I think that is about it for that chest and back workout. Not really a full workout. I kind of wanted to be a little bit more informative, kind of run you guys through what basically is going through my head when I'm adjusting these things, and basically what I'm going to use to help my chest and back growth in this off season, because that's really what I need to build up most. We're keeping it pretty tight, 4 weeks post show, about 10 pounds up from stage weight. I was like 184 on stage. We weighed 194, so keeping it tight. It's kind of right where we're gonna keep it until we start pushing out food and start filling this baby out. So, yeah.